I have some books. Not a lot, as you can see. I have one completely empty shelf. You know, cycles of poverty mean that I can't afford to be in a place very long, so I've downsized my books. And I really don't go to bookstores that often. But bookstores are great. They're fun, always lovely to browse, and maybe pick up a small little something to read eventually. But wouldn't you know it, there's a darker side to book shopping. Well, maybe not necessarily darker, but definitely more odd. Today, we're going to talk about the Mariko Aoki Phenomenon. So, what's the Mariko Aoki Phenomenon? Well, it's an expression referring to the urge to take a dump while shopping for books. I'm sorry for all the medical jargon here in this video. So, let's start from the beginning. The phenomenon is named after one Aoki Mariko, who contributed an essay to the magazine Hon no Zashi in 1985, detailing her realization that while walking in bookstores, she eventually had to poop. The editors of the magazine received messages from other readers reporting similar experiences, and the urge to shit while book shopping was dubbed the Aoki Mariko Gensho, or the Mariko Aoki Phenomenon. Now, there's no definitive answer as to why people need to go poop when shopping for books. The hypotheses run the gamut of the smell of ink and paper having some type of laxative effect, the posture of squatting encouraging bowel movement, walking around slowly also may encourage that same bowel movement, or that there's an association of reading on the toilet. Whatever the case, the jury is still out. Some of the symptoms, according to the team at Hon no Zashi, are, quote, urgency in the lower abdominal area, shivers across the entire body, facial pallor, cold sweat, greasy sweat, and a bow-legged gait. Otherwise, all symptoms of someone who shouldn't have gotten cheese on their Chipotle burrito. Aoki said in a later interview the following details of the phenomenon. When walking around in circles through the bookshelves in bookstores, she will suddenly want to go to the bathroom. The phenomenon occurs when she has been in a bookstore for an hour or more. The phenomenon occurs completely irrespective of the types of books. It has never happened to her in a library or a secondhand bookstore. She has also worked in a printery where there were many opportunities for exposure to the smell of paper and ink, but there was never any onset of the symptoms. Remember folks, always poop on company time. Despite this, other explanations include anxiety, conditioning to the mind to associate reading with pooping, and relaxation contributing to needing to poop. A lot of time and effort has been dedicated to the studying of the phenomenon. It has also been reported to happen to people in places like DVD rental shops and CD shops, not just libraries and bookstores. This might point to some sort of psychosomatic response, like browsing and walking and squatting to get something from a low shelf might just make you need to poop. Or, like my friend Casey put it, people poop, and people spend a lot of time in bookstores. There is a weirdly detailed Wikipedia article on the subject, which I'll admit was my main source because I don't read Japanese, but I honestly don't know what to think of it. Have I had to poop while in a Barnes & Noble's? Well, yeah, I have. I have to go to the bathroom in a lot of shops. There's also the close proximity of cafes and bookstores, and, you know, I might have had a coffee before browsing for books. It's pretty common. So maybe Aoki just needs to poop because she's in a fucking bookstore for more than an hour, and she probably ate something. I could only find one study that mentioned eating food, and it was 4 female subjects who were constipated. After spending time shopping in a bookstore, all but one of them pooped. But walking around is one of the things to do to alleviate constipation, so it's not very concrete in my mind. I have absolutely no idea what to think other than, like, hopefully the next bookstore you go to has a public restroom. I usually open up the floor for questions right now, but I don't really need to know about your bowel movements and your shopping habits. So until next time, take care, and goodbye.